Well, I'm Dane, and this is Dan Explains. Black holes are very enigmatic, which is why I've done several videos on them. Although, none in the last 100 videos. That changes today. No one really knows what happens if you try to enter a black hole. I've done a video that argues you can't really enter one. In that video, I made the assumption that spatial dimensions and the time dimension stay the way they are the whole time. However, some equations that are beyond my understanding indicate that the time dimension essentially swaps with one of the spatial dimensions once you enter a black hole. What does that even mean? And could it tell us anything about our universe? Let me explain. Recently, the YouTube channel Kurt Scott did an excellent video on this that I'm extending on. You might want to watch it as well, link in the description. In their video, they pointed out that when you stuff enough matter into a small enough place, it becomes a black hole. It's all dependent on the amount of matter and its density. They also pointed out that our entire universe has enough matter and it's dense enough that it should collapse into a black hole that is even bigger than the universe itself. Basically implying, or more like directly saying, that our universe is a black hole in another universe. This ignores dark energy, of course, which seems to be counteracting the force of gravity. That still doesn't mean we're not in a black hole, however. I'll get back to that in a minute. They pointed out that due to the massive force of gravity, once you enter a black hole, you must proceed towards the singularity at the center, assuming there is a singularity anyway, and that the black hole isn't spinning. This forced progression to the inevitable end makes that dimension of space act like a dimension of time. This causes the singularity to become a time in your future rather than a place that you're headed towards. Where the black hole universe you're in then comes to a very cramped end. This really doesn't seem to be like our universe. Although, they argue things might be different depending on the black hole. Well, what if the black hole is feeding? This adds energy to the black hole, kind of like dark energy does to our universe. So, if our universe is a black hole, it could be one that is feeding. Maybe the large voids that are dominated by dark energy are areas where things recently fell into our universe and then come out as dark energy. This is all just conjecture, of course. But it's an interesting thought. It could also explain, actually eliminate, the idea of cosmic inflation at the beginning of the universe, which is an idea that's used to explain how the universe expanded from essentially a singularity during the Big Bang and got big enough to not just collapse back in on itself. If the universe is a black hole, it had to form from something collapsing in another universe, which would mean it would have an initial size, negating the need for cosmic inflation. The question is, what would happen if the black hole stopped feeding? All this is all a nice thought. It wouldn't make sense if black holes work the way the math says they do. Hint. The math doesn't make sense either, so they probably don't. Even if the black hole was getting bigger, it would be growing above the objects that had already fallen in. If motion towards the singularity is the same as time inside the black hole, then the past would be growing behind you the closer you got to the center, which, let's face it, wouldn't take that long. Time moves at the speed of light, and you'd be moving nearly the speed of light towards the singularity. Black holes also don't get much bigger than the solar system, so it would only take a few hours, maximum, to get to the middle, or, in your perception, reach the end of time in that universe. Although a black hole with the mass of the universe would take a lot longer than the age of the universe to get across, if it had the mass of the universe, it would appear to be contracting instead of expanding. So, I don't think the universe could be a black hole. At least not in the way Kurt Scott proposes. Unless time in the black hole flows backwards, that is. And there's a good reason why it might. But that's a story for another video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please press the like button. Subscribe to my channel and ding the bell to get notified when I post new videos. Also, please support me on Patreon to get extra content and special perks. Link in the description. The more people support me, the more time I can dedicate to making videos like this one. So, until next time, have a great week.